Who will make it to the grand final? This map might decide it. Here we go then, Liquid on the T side. They're going for a fast B play as well. You can see 4 players, make it 5 now, heading towards this side of the map. But look at the stack from Astralis. This is insane. They've got 4 players in the B bomb side map. 4, ready to go.
Pretty solid situation to have considering the setup. Magisk was well toward bench, has yet to move. Nails Naf, no mistake about it. Taco's not even aware where that came from, and Magisk finds a third, a fourth as well as he catches out Twist. He could start this off with an ace. It would be hard to imagine Nitro even gives him the chance as he gets Glaive down at the very least. Bomb committed to the site. No chance to retreat back for Nitro. Magisk, crowd's crawling for it. 1 versus 3, and he nails it. That is a beautiful start.
We said that Liquid needed the pistol, but they get anything but. They go for a delayed rush B there, and I don't know what's going on and how Astralis have 4 players in the B bomb side. Never seen that setup before in Mirage, but you cannot argue with the results. Magisk with the ace, baited into perfection. They see a player on the bomb side, 1 towards shore. They don't check his position, and he completely eviscerates every single one. They get no bomb down, but they do not force buy. They will be doing the Desert Eagle, no armor combo, which is absolutely fine. We've discussed this in great detail before, Matt. With a Desert Eagle, if you're going to find a kill, it's usually the 1D, but you are a lot more vulnerable to these SMGs now.
And SMG is the name of the game for Glaive. He pushes up. Dupree wants to support that from Catwalk. He'll even flash him back. Glaive elects not to go any further. They've already confirmed that they're there. I say that, he's got other ideas. Goes back once more. Smokes a little bit deep. And 4 also to the bottom side of mid. They just want to keep pressure on Liquid. No chance at all for them to breathe. Imagine that the pace will continue to be high in this map as well. Not to mention as well that Astralis putting this pressure on knows that they do want to convert finally.
A lot of damage at the start, but they're also dishing out headshots. It's Twists once again to find the first kill. Removes Device from the equation, and their pistols have been incredibly scary, I have to say.
The Deagles especially. Twist takes a little bit of damage. Glaive's going to push back toward A main. I say back, but back out again, meaning he already did so in middle. He continues to be aggressive. Shadow showed. He knew exactly where Nap was, so when he peeks out, it really wasn't too any surprise for Glaive. Magisk tries to hold off the window, in which his teammate had already gone down. Xyp9x will swing out as well. Bomb dropped. He now swings again to find Elige. And bomb controlled as it's Twist in a 1 versus 4 situation, just trying to do damage at this point on the Deagle. He's aware. He knows. He's playing with the crowd. He knows there's someone on the other side, and that is, of course, Dupree.
Nice opening kill there, but couldn't convert anything further. It will be 2-0 Astralis, the perfect start, but remember, Liquid didn't sabotage all of their cash in that second round. Ideally, would have got a plant there. It didn't happen, so now should just be Glocks, but that means they can probably get the AWP out in the first gun round if they so wish. Knowing the way Liquid play, probably not going to happen, Matt. It's very situational with them. They actually look amazing with 5 rifles in this particular map. The 5 AKs is actually pretty difficult to hold off. So they've invested slightly here. Objective, get that bomb down. We call this tactic the flash attack. You smoke towards spawn, 3 players in Palace, flash over twice, and try and get that bomb down. But Glaive, he knows what you're up to, boys, and Dupree, and they just beat him to the punch, and there'll be no bomb plant today. But maybe a kill, not quite. Another clean sweep from Astralis, and a really interesting bonus round coming up for them with 3 SMGs.
Yeah, 3 SMGs, no reinvestment really required. The AK is brought out. There's enough to go. Nitro's hedging on it. There's enough to go toward a glass cannon right now, but he makes the smarter decision this early on in the game. He doesn't want to let that money slide. Especially, as I mentioned, it would have been glass cannon. He goes to the AK, so they'll go full attack. Now, that said, bonus round on the other side certainly existed, but they elected to get rid of the MP7 and allow Device to go immediately onto the AWP. So there is an op for the CTs. Smoke out, that's a hard one to throw from the back side of the window. Lands toward the top side of mid. And it leaves Nitro with little to work with. He has no idea what's on the other side. They've already shown aggression once, so he has to sit patiently in the horseshoe.
Nice slow default here from the North American side, but Glaive, he gets stuck in. He knows he'll be dangerous up close with the SMG. As the AWP Device brought out, but a nice opening frag there. Good flashbang, the smoke's down as well. There's no trade potential here. 5 versus 4. Liquid Start to dissect middle, trying to get close to that connector, but Mages has looked so scary so far, and so has Device. It is an advantage, but not for long. 3 versus 2 now. Astralis running away with Mirage as well, and Twists. He won a few fantastic rounds on Nuke. It would have to be something ungodly at this point to pull this one off. Good Molotov. Does it actually hit?
No, it didn't quite. It hit the chimney. It never made it into the corner. Dupree never had to leave the angle. It does contain him, but Twist has a problem in that they've already rotated off toward connector. He knows Device is still toward ticket booth, but he can't get him to move away from his position. And I think he might get spotted at this point. That's even smarter from Device. He may not have much to work with in terms of concealing himself, but he can limit Twist from walking in that direction, and that buys Glaive, or rather, excuse me, Zipix more time to get in position. Good read. Knows Device is there, but the Deagle held and ready. Gives Astralis the 4th round.
A little bit close for Astralis there towards the end, but it's Twist shut down, and Team Liquid, unfortunately for them, on another eco. Already a map down. Astralis take a 4-0 lead. That bonus round, Matt, is going to leave them with substantial cash going forward. Dupree hovering around $6,000, the rest of them around 4. It has to be the P250 Deagle combo. Just a partial buy, we call this one. They're going to save cash. As the loss bonus gets to maximum, that incendiary is thrown to do just that. If the smoke lands, it can't get in its correct position, it blooms and allows Device to have a gap here towards middle. Now he's called, nothing's towards middle whatsoever. That smoke was designed to take vision away. They're sending 5 players towards the B bomb site. We know what happened before. Can Zipix replicate Mages this time? The flashbang is perfect, but somehow he survives. It's now 4 players trying to break their way into the site, but getting nothing done whatsoever. There's going to be no plant today, boys. Will they find a kill? It doesn't look like it. Another clean sweep for Astralis.
Taco got hung out to dry. They both got blinded up. He was already in the site. There was a chance to at least get the trade-off toward Catwalk, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't get anyone alongside him, so Astralis find a 5th. And as you say, keeping all 5 alive, they build that bank further. Device already with an op in hand, already bought into this round, has $7,000 still to work with.
Well, couldn't be better for Astralis right now. Looking to book themselves a place in the grand finals. Na'Vi definitely in the back room right now, watching this game, dissecting it. AWP for Nitro. Remember, we said this could be a problem for them. If Device gets in that godlike mode, can they shut him down? Do they have the AWP to do it? It looks like they might, as Nitro will find the opening kill there. He takes down Dupree. Nice and early on in the round as well. Nice gap in that smoke. Allows him to take the first player down. Now they can just wait and see what reactions come through.
Glaive again being a little bit aggressive toward the front side of the A site. That's a trend that certainly has continued throughout. As Baum gets in behind the boxes, and they'll try and hold that off toward middle. They have got an underpass for Taco. A late smoke again will allow him to work out a little bit more easily. But keep in mind, they also have to worry about Catwalk, and that Zipix is very quick to rotate off of it, and Glaive's going to go with him. They've actually rotated Glaive all the way around from A. Pushing forward, he knew that there was no one immediately close, so they're being so swift, Astralis, on these rotations. Have to give up on the boost. No chance for the trade. They did not spot Nitro, and he swings out, but Magisk, may his lips remain discreet. Not discreet enough. Or will it? Because Naf cuts him off, jumps around, and Device with an AWP looks back toward the smoke to just see if anyone wants to control the window. Finally, it looks like Liquid will pick up around him with 4 players currently alive. It's exactly the fashion in which they needed to do so.
It's actually Nitro that gets 3 kills there, Matt. Take back everything I said. He looks like he's ready for the challenge today. It's Device to save his AWP. I thought he might go for some financial damage there, but he chooses to save the AWP. That money's incredibly healthy, sure, but there's no reason to throw away the AWP. $7,000 in the bank right now for himself to get $1,400 into the next round, but he wants to survive, and they can't really justify hunting Device down. They know how efficient he is with the AWP. Every kill he gets is going to be so detrimental to Liquid. He goes down, he's still going to almost buy 2 AWPs in the next round, so we'll see whether he does survive here. Holding towards short, but much better approach there from Liquid. Nice opening pick, using that decent spawn in the gap in the smoke to find Dupree. And at that point, Nitro didn't miss a beat. 5-1, Liquid arrive here on the second map. So much work to do on this T side. And now, at least making themselves known. This was the opening kill. Dupree gets dropped, and Nitro refused to give it at this point. The boost unsuccessful. That was the recovery position from Astralis there. Boost up towards short, see if they can seal a kill away. That's why they were committing so heavily to it. You could see that second peak after the boost failed wasn't really ideal, but they had to try and make something happen there. And we get into round number 7. Remember, Liquid had a nightmare at the resets on Nuke. They can't allow it to happen again. Dupree's core surely going down here. Grenade in his hand, does damage, but does go down first.
Gets Elige, though, down to 15, and Device with the information, despite the nades going in his direction, still manages to pull back on Taco!
Wow!
And that damage pays off! If that was a cleaner fight from Elige at the start of the round, that doesn't happen. And now it's the man advantage back to Astralis once more. Glaive has been so consistently pushing on the backside of this smoke. Naf's aware of it. And you can see how scared he is of it almost. Maybe scared's not the right word. He's certainly nervous about the fact that he's there.
Wow, that grenade couldn't have been more efficient. Actually landed in his hitbox, I think. It went inside his body. 4 on 3. Minute remaining. Bomb towards top of middle. That's Nitro alone with the AWP. Twist and Naf both around the A ramp. Certainly capable of hitting these sort of shots, but the flashbang doesn't do much for Device. He'll hold them off with the incendiary and call for the rotations.
Naf with vision will start to look inside of the site. He's yet to peek out. That means Device, although getting off of the angle, can also see him in return. Doesn't get the chance to do so based on timing. Glaive's certainly ready for the possibility. Okay, and certainly now will be fully alert that they could go above him as the utility goes around and inside of the site. Good play from Twist. Went directly into his face. Instead, and he's followed it up. He's caught out Magisk as well, so Device limited by smoke. This would be back-to-back rounds, and although there's still a bit of a bank for Astralis, it would be a huge problem, but it's going to go the other way. They got the bomb. 19 seconds. Twist. He now has to find 2 remaining kills to close this out. Bomb is in the open as well. Device sitting back to watch it. It's not quite enough vision on it, but watch the rotation because Twist is going to plant. He's going down. There's no way. Oh, wow.
What happened there?
I was going to say there's no way he doesn't live in this situation, but gets away only to fall to Device in the end. 6-1.
I need to see that shot from Device. How did he deny the plan there? A fresh smoke was down in CT spawn. Did he get a gap?
It must have been
was
through
it poorly
box.
thrown? We will find out. That's the touchdown grenade. Goodbye, Elige. But I'm more interested in Device's sequence to take that bomb down. Twist, you can't deny his skill. This was the play. No! Oh my God! That's how he denies the plan? That's insane, man. That should have been Liquid's round. After Twist's individual heroics there, they should have got the plant down, should have isolated the AWPer. Very unfortunate, but amazing from Device. That's what we've come to expect from that young man. Phenomenal talent, one of the world's best on the AWP, and that's such a gutting round for Liquid. That was theirs and they know it. They can feel this grand final slipping away from them.
Absolutely. The ticket to get there is absolutely been a problem of money at this point in time. Especially, you want to talk about the first half, but now on Mirage, because they can't even pull out these rounds when they're in the lead when they had a 3-on-2. Magisk as well, we didn't quite see his angle at the start of it, but great shutdown on retake. So it's back to CZ 75s for Liquid. 2 smokes, so we'll see what they use those to isolate. 2 Suggest and Bomb heading that way as well. Suggest A, you could certainly throw those toward jungle. You've also got the option of CT spawn, but jungle, okay, seems not even the case. Smoke's gonna go over for a fake and then a straight take. That's interesting. Toward mid. Magisk, Patience. Oh, Patience, but nearly whiffs on it. Does actually get traded out because of it. That could have been a lot more clean from his position.
He could have got 3 kills from that. This could still fall apart. We know how powerful they are, the CZs. Elige is starting to show us now, but Dupree, great positioning here, might have saved the round. 3 versus 2 here, but there's still 1 player in towards that palace. They might not be aware of it, but Dupree certainly will ascertain Taco's position, it seems. 3 versus 1, Elige bouncing around now. They know exactly where he is. He probably gets this kill. He's been playing out of his mind so far. 2 to his name. He's going to need 4 in total to pull this one off.
Hard part now is if he wants connector, he goes exactly against that. Device is AWP. Somehow it doesn't connect, and Elige nearly sprays him back as well. And he's got a bit of ground to walk on toward the site. Is he really? This is clever. Ring around the rosy. Back and forth again, but how does Device always have the deagle ready? Elige goes down 7-1.
Oh, I'm not sure Device can be stopped at this point. He was quiet on Nuke, but he wants to let everyone know he's the best player on the server right now. Amazing stuff from him in the last few. That deagle shot especially just to close things out. But like we said, Liquid always going to be dangerous with those CZs and Elige. I thought he had a chance here, but this last shot, of course, there he is. Device finishes things off cleanly. 7-1 now, as the money continues to be a massive problem here for Liquid. 4 AKs and Naf is just on the deagle. Limited utility as the grenades are thrown forward just to bait in Dupree. He'll go up forward here. He's got players in front of him. Surely good for 2, but just 1.5.
Glaive's trying to collect on that damage. That smoke still in position, and Device hits Taco once more. It's all the way again over from Ticket booth. So all the way through connector from that position. CT stairs, I should say. Ticket wouldn't quite have the same angle to hit toward the catwalk, but either way, Naf's going to pull one back twist. He'll jump on top of that. That's the best invitation they've had. You said it. If you can't stop Device, well, this round he's down. That op is gone. Glaive's going to rotate to at least occupy the same position, and that works at that range as well. M4, it's a headshot to twist, 2 of which landed. Grenades, they don't quite get around the corner. 47, they get Zipnix in position. That's now bombed down.
Well then, Naf, he started off with a Deagle, took down Mages, and took away his M4A4. He'll now need 3 kills in total, but first needs to try and get near that bomb. Lots of time to work with here, could even fall back towards middle, indeed, or go towards Palace. We'll see where he is inclined. Looks like he'll be heading towards middle. He could even go towards B.
Look at mid. Look at mid. Glaive's position's so good. He knows he wants to lock him in, and he's going to make so much noise getting there. He has no idea he's this close. Glaive's position easily takes him down. Astralis are continuing to be one step ahead of every single play.
You're right, and it was really recognized when Device was waiting in CT spawn for Deagle, aware of the prospect of Elige going for the vent. Glaive top of middle, cutting him off going towards T spawn. He had that B crossover covered. So you're absolutely right there. Astralis are transcending Counter-Strike right now, fully aware of every single outcome. As we head into round number 10, I'm afraid it has to be another eco for Team Liquid. They haven't really had a chance to show us what they're capable of so far. CZs, P250s, smokes deployed. They got one Molotov here, but look who's waiting for them. They take a grenade down the throats of Elige dead, and a 13 HP. Incendiary to follow it up as well. This is an absolute nightmare for the North Americans.
Zipix will get a little closer inside the apartments, up toward the chair. Molotov to clear it. Good read. And did they hear it? Because they could have sprayed in. They didn't. Dupree, meanwhile, backs out the smoke. 2 players through. Good find from Twist, but he's taken out by Zipix immediately after. And with low HP on Elige, straightforward. Device catches Naf in the window. Taco versus 4. In what now is about to become 9-1 for Astralis. You've got to start considering the prospect of a Na'Vi Astralis grand final.
You really have. Doesn't feel like there's any other outcome at this point. Liquid are rolling over here on Mirage. Astralis are playing perfect Counter-Strike. A well-oiled machine working in perfect harmony. AK's out once again. We'll look at the frag charts. Taco 1 and 10. Naf 2 and 9. Really does say it all when you got 2 players completely absent from the equation. Still time here though. They can pull this back to 10-5. Definitely still possible. Maybe getting a bit ahead of ourselves. They're definitely a team that can work this out, but Dupree, secondary AWP, it works out. Nice opening pick, and he gets out of there cleanly.
Very cleanly, behind the boxes as well. They can still get the angle on him if they enter from Palace because Shadow doesn't cover the door, but Molotov certainly hold them off.
Do you see the teamwork as well? He's caught, he's got that first pick. He wants to focus on the A round. They drop an incendiary there, buys him 7 seconds just to focus on the prospect and anyone trying to trade him out. Really great stuff at this point. They still have plenty of utility on the CT side, a man advantage, a double AWP setup, which you rarely see from Astralis.
Straight A hit, by the way. There's no one toward mid. There's not a lot of utility. They've got to go this on kills. Finally, they'll get one. Twist to Dupree. But you're right, this is so good. Again, Glaive's still in position, and no one knows that Magisk is still in shadow as well. So even if they head that direction, they have to check it. Molotov's going to go down now. That'll force him out. Elige catches a perfect position. That's a set play. Pretty much everyone should be ready for it. Tetris for Elige to catch off the player retreating.
Another man advantage here for Liquid. Can they convert this one? They're going to fall back indeed. So Liquid heading towards T-Spawn. That's Twist and Taco. Might find themselves struggling for time here. Taco decides to fall back and join the squad. I think that's the right call. Stay with the bomb. Make sure you can get it planted. They're all falling back here now. This is an audacious call. I'm not sure what the plan's going to be. Do they head all the way back towards the B bomb site? Device is waiting towards shore. This could be genius, or it could fall very flat indeed.
The encouraging part is that the bomb actually did go toward the apartment, so they can get that toward the site. The problem is the two mid are going to get completely crossfired. Great first shot from Device, no mistake. Knows now that they're heading toward the apartments, and he'll transfer the AWP, but he doesn't get the chance.
A chance.
Taco goes for the reap, or he goes for rather the repick, and Taco puts him down. So bomb plant inevitable at 7 seconds. If Device actually didn't try and reface that, he might have been able to deny this already. Meanwhile, Zipix, Elige gets aggressive, and he reads that to perfection as well, as it falls to a 2-on-1 as Zipix finds Naf. Taco swings out, 23 HP. Now, do they keep track of the fact that he was already firing toward Device from this position? Surely they have to know he was in this direction. Glaive seemingly does not, but it will transfer the information towards Zipix, and he's already on the defuse. Taco's got no chance. This is done. 10-1, Astralis picking up. No peek, no aggression, and nerves of steel from Zipix.
Taco just didn't really have a choice there. He played it perfectly up until that point. He gets 2 kills, he waits, lets the timer tick away, but then Zipex, he knows he's low HP. It's unlikely that he's going to challenge straight away. Full defuse comes in, the absolute master of those situations, and it will be double digits already after 11 rounds of play, I should say, for Astralis. Money available with the loss bonus considered and the bomb going down, but morale surely got to be in the bin at this point. Zeus behind them. 2 majors under his belt so far, one of the most decorated coaches we have in the game. He'll have to give one hell of a motivational speech at this point. His team isn't known for their mental fortitude. We'll see what kind of buy they get together. It's AKs once again, like we said, you get $3,400 for the maximum loss bonus, another $800 on top of that for the bomb being planted. So you can see plenty of cash available in that department, especially on the T side. AK's there, but they need at least 3 more rounds. And that just doesn't seem possible the way things are going right now.
They just can't get anything open everywhere they go. Astralis has it covered off, and they're, like you said, they're very dynamic, and they're playing it to teamwork perfection because they always have an answer. Majiska's going to go solo on the aggression this time, but now he's got backup from Device.
What's going on?
You go for one, and the second is ready. They're just walking into a slaughter. As Twist may get underneath the shadow, again, Glaive still destroys him.
They've just got nothing, haven't they? They went through a dry A play there, a contact of sorts, but if you're not going to flash spawn or even smoke it, Device will devour you. But Elige and Nitro come to life here. Elige not for long. It leaves another clutch situation here for the in-game leader, but nothing he can do. Liquid have got nothing left in the tank. It's 11-1, and maximum loss bonus only get you so far. They probably have one more buy available. But this is getting very, very scary for them.
Money enough, just barely, to pull out an AWP, but...
Well, that's the only round they got when Nitro got a 3K on the orb, so I guess that's what they're going with.
And that started with an early pick, remember, so keep that in mind. It started with a mid pick on a slight gap and a smoke. It was almost fortunate that he was able to find that. This is going to be a bigger problem. They'll go for a safe play to get, oh, well, taking a bit of time. They failed it a bit, but safe play to get a player inside of the ladder room. Meanwhile, Nitro, he has that same exact gap, and he wants that same exact play. Smoke's going to dissipate. Elige already finds Dupree. So similar situation at the very least in that they have the opening pick. And Glaive's not going to fight it. He doesn't care. He'll sit back. That's fine. Taco's going to try and force him off of it. But he holds for now. I think Nitro may have called that off because he wants someone to walk there. He wants that op to be given a kill. Bomb still waits to mid. No one on A at all, by the way. Getting closer in the B apartments. Molotov thrown back out deep finally, and that forced Glaive to rotate slightly, but this becomes a B hit, and Majiska's positioned accordingly. He's gone all the way back, so too, sorry, excuse me, Zipex he watches the window. They'll allow them into the site, but they have no one on catwalk to rotate quickly, so it'll be a retake, surely. It has to be from Astralis. Liquid have to get this bomb down.
They won't retake this. Their money's not actually as strong as you think, Astralis. They don't have to go for this retake. They've lost the bomb site now. Zipex couldn't do anything about it. They'll save these 4 weapons back. It's not really worth going for. It actually might be eco if anyone else goes down at this point, which is mental to think considering the scoreline, but it's Zipex to stay alive here. They're actually going to struggle to get 5 fully equipped players into that next round. We'll see what happens now, but Liquid opening pick once again. They managed to convert it this time. It's 2 kills from Elige. It's the individual performances that are really carrying them through the round victories they're getting. Remember, Nitro the 3K on the before. This time, Elige with 2. Astralis make the wise and informed decision just to hold on to their weaponry. The money's just not as strong as you think it would be. As we get into round 14 coming up, Liquid managed to have a nice clean round there. Wasn't thanks to the AWP, just the individual brilliance of Elige there.
And believe it or not, even with that, only the second round, but it'll give them a lot more to work with given that they've carried guns over. Likewise for Astralis. Be incredible to see Liquid break them at this point. Maybe, as Henry said, if they needed those extra 3 rounds to get to that 11-4 scoreline off the start of this one. Now, fan out in a 3-2 split, it should be relatively straightforward on a default.
There's been plenty of comebacks in this major map. 11-4, I'd say it's still possible, but they have to get there first.
You got to think for Liquid as well. Playing on Mirage, yes, okay, a map that they're very good on. We said Astralis is struggling, certainly not in this game. There's almost like a history of Liquid failing on games on this map in major situations. As far back as Cologne 2015 when they lost to flip side on a dramatic fashion, being walked out in the qualifier by smoke after smoke. And every time, everyone always says it's such a great map for them, it's such a great map. And in the majors, it's always been a point of contention. Some sort of curse, but run boost for Nitro to get the op out. No one spotted. You can see he was waiting, looking for any shot he could find. And the old catwalk with the AWP.
No opening pick this time, but they have got some mid-control. Heading towards a connector. Have to push for a CT smoke as well. Glaive looking to potentially reclaim the connector. He does. He flashes in. Takes a lot of damage, and Alige aware of his push. And another kill coming in as well. Alige is the only player really keeping them in this now.
That was actually perfect because not only in Liquid, that's awesome. 5-man sweep, finally something to get excited about on their side, but more so breaking down Astralis. That was actually quite clever from Alige because even though he missed a lot of shots in ladder, Nitro was still holding behind him. So the player that swung to try and take him down was instantly answered by the AWP.
Great stuff. Alige once again, a couple of frags to his name. Manages to get the third as well. Fourth round looking likely at this point. Astralis are completely broken financially. What kind of play will finish the half off? Liquid heading towards the A side of the map. All 5 players looking to gun through. It will be Magisk defending alone, and he only has the FAMAS. But to be fair, that's the only rifle, so something in that. Let's see what it can do. 2 players making their way out of the palace. He manages to mow down both of them. This is brilliant for Magisk, and 3 now isolated on the A ramp. Has he done enough?
Imagine they could pull this back. The single from Moss, and not even touched in the process. It's a headshot onto Alige as well. He's left on 16. The pistol from Glaive could not afford to be aggressive, so it fell back this time toward the jungle position. Smoke to slow them down, and they know that Alige is dinked. They know that he's now isolated. Pulled away from his teammates and boxed off by that smoke. So Nitro takes the initiative to try and get closer on the AWP, and Alige has to run. And in running, they've fully rotated, by the way. They can open up the map and slow it down with a minute to play with, which is exactly what they need to do at this point. I say it, they're hoping that time will work in their favor just on the shadow of doubt, because back toward A instead, only rotation that's left the site is Xyp9x, and he's not far away. He's still toward window. And Alige to take the charge. On 16, Glaive just spotted him. Absolutely. Didn't take the shot, didn't need to. Now he knows the information is here, and they can rotate accordingly. Not only that, I mentioned Xyp9x. He's now pushing in the apartments at B, giving very little option to fall back for Liquid. Dupree, same exact position, by the way, that Magisk found 2 kills from, and it is so powerful. Firing toward Palace, headshot already, fires and turns. He can already try and isolate. Nitro might get around the corner in time, as he didn't have the gun ready, but it is Nitro on an AWP and Alige on 16, trying desperately to get the bomb down together. No guns yet picked up from the CT side, but that flank, we mentioned it, is now perfectly in position, and Xyp9x pops out. Lifts on the first shot. That gives them a chance to respond, but they walk out and caught by Device. It's Nitro. AWP, he's going to clutch it back. Goes for it once more. Stays on the op, and Device jumps inside of the smoke. It'll be hard for Nitro now to figure out exactly where he's gone, and pre-scoped in as well. Device can start to gamble on which side of this box to take as he inches closer and closer with silence. A jump shot at that, and it's going to be Astralis to find 12-3.
Unreal scenes. What a tense round that was. Coming in with 1 rifle, CZ to the UMP, it's Magisk. He'll find 2 opening kills and give them a chance. Fair play to Liquid, they battled back. Nitro did everything he could, but Device, of course, finishes it off with a jumping shot here from the CZ. See you later, as he steals the round away. It's 12-3 in favor of Astralis, surely destined for the grand finals now. It's going to take some performance from Team Liquid to get back into this one, but it's still certainly possible. They go over to the CT side now. A must-win pistol. Lose that, it could be over. So much pressure applied on their side of the server. Astralis, they know this one's in the bag. They've already got Nuke under their belt. They can even afford to lose this. So much work for Liquid to do here. But it all starts with this round here. 2 smokes to the CTs, Twist with a defuse kit, Nitro with the CZ, and plenty of utility in the Astralis side as well. What have they got in store for us? 3 players towards middle, 1 at A ramp. Magisk heading towards the underpass. Looks like an A split between Magisk watching towards the underpass, but maybe towards shore now, focusing towards that B bomb side. No 4-man stack here from the CTs. It's Taco and Naf holding in defensive positions.
Ticket for Alige drops off it. Couldn't get the shot towards Xyp9x. He is tagged down to 75 as he's Has to fall away even further. The positioning in Palace is actually super solid right now, but Naf's got a problem because if he goes through that vent, Device is perfectly positioned to cut him off. Nitro waiting, he has to. He has no choice but to wait and allow his teammates to get ready for the retake. Look how far away Astralis has gone. They're pushing mid, they're probing, they're waiting for rotations, and they'll catch Taco. They've got vision at range. Good dink, Dupree down, Twist is able to get the kill and collect after Nitro does the early damage, and they're gonna get on the fuse, but Zipix has the lineup. P250 from range finds a kill. Device catches them in transition, trying to get back on it with the smoke still in position, and Nitro, he has to hold it off. They're gonna hold it.
This is gonna work.
They get pointed with the knife. They look for it, and Liquid just barely get away with it.
Oh my God. It looked like it was done. Astralis are going to take the map. But the heroic defuse in the smoke. 5 seconds of hell for Astralis there. They missed the shots of the Glocks. The knives come out. It comes down to the last seconds. And Liquid somehow pull it off. But they're not out of the woods just yet, Matt. With those sort of rounds, and especially a knife kill coming in and giving an extra $1,500 to Device, they're buying up this round. They're bringing out the AKs. 3 of them. Deagles and CZ. They arguably have a better buy than Liquid going into this one.
Absolutely. It's 3 FAMASs versus 3 AKs. And then an MP9 Nitro still holding the USP. I don't see anything down from my angle again inside a spawn, but we'll see what he elects to grab. Astralis, you're right, can certainly punish this. What a way to win the round after all of that. After it looked like they had control of the site, they lose it on a great shot from Zipix, and Nitro, doing everything he had to do, loses the duel. That was all but lost.
A bomb down in a 5-on-5 should be a T round. But somehow the smoke, the diffuse kit, it works out for them. That's why the CTs will buy them in the pistol rounds there. 3 AKs to go up against though. This is a very difficult round for Liquid, and Device, he ain't messing around. He's going straight towards that connector. Molotov might slow him down. That's from his own teammate. He'll lead towards short, but Dupree is hunting. This kill could decide the round. It's going to be Dupree, of course, coming out on top. B-bomb side very vulnerable right now, but Taco holding towards the apartments with Naf, trying to bait him in.
Yeah, he has to at this point. Second smoke as well to try and delay this a little bit longer. The dink on Dupree, that's how close that was. Marginal to win that exchange, but such a pivotal moment because, again, it gives them so much facets toward this B site. They're going to push up. They know they've got to do something to try and pull this back. Smoke is down. Magisk waiting inside of it, and Taco sprays in, anticipating the arrival, or at least the presence, and gets caught out. Dupree, he was waiting from catwalk. He snuck up knowing that if they were pushed, there was no one watching the backside. Zipix has this back, and you're right, now this becomes a problem for Liquid as they're all the way over on the A site, and the AK is still up. They might just try and save what they have. They might have to concede this round and go 13-4.
I love that call. I think it would. The fact they got a knife kill there is such an important factor. They wouldn't have had 3 AKs without that knife kill. They would have had 2. But they go in with actually a better buy than the team that just won the previous round. They make their way towards B. They negate the bait play and somehow survive with 4 players here. Astralis 13, Team Liquid 4. They're going to save 1 FAMAS, 1 MP9. Is that going to be enough? I'm not so sure. They've got no residual cash to work off. Everyone fully invested. This has just fallen apart just when we thought there was a glimmer of hope here for the North Americans. I'm not sure they'll be able to recover from this one, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Well, here we go then. The pistols come out. This is a replay of Dupree. Like I said, that kill for me pretty much decides the round as he comes out and just takes down everyone within his crosshair. Brilliant stuff from Dupree. Clinical as ever.
Liquid steal themselves a chance, and then this round stolen back again.
Indeed. Well, that was the storyline on Nuke. They got their fair share of pistol victories on that particular map. I think they won 5 one-on-ones where they just fought pistols alone. We get into a fast play from Astralis here. You can see 4 players towards middle. Doesn't suggest necessarily a very quick strategy coming in because the bomb's still down in T-spawn. They just picks that up. They just picked up some mid-control now. Decent real estate in the map to control, because as you can see, there's no real range for Team Liquid here. They've only got 1 rifle and a deagle. That's pretty much the only ones that can duel these AKs. But lose this, 14-4 down. Loss bonus will be at second stage. That's $1,900 per player. They need a miracle, and they need it right now.
Nav looking for a deagle shot. Slow to react on the shoulder peek from Dupree. Deagles certainly have been promising somewhat for Liquid this series. Not so much for Naf now. Not even really much damage done to capitalize on for Taco as he falls to Dupree. Molotov's forced him out. There was really nowhere to hide. And the site already attained. Liquid's going to have to once again hold on to little weaponry and armor that they have. Exactly.
Well, there we go. They have no choice but to do that. This is looking way too easy for Astralis. Liquid just rolling over in these last few rounds. 2 clean kills, 14-4. What a final it could be, though, Matt. Astralis, Na'Vi, and the form Na'Vi are in right now, that's going to be sensational.
Yeah, and again, it would be a second win for Zeus or a second win for the organization and the 4 core players of Astralis. There's a lot on the line. Magisk's never won, and how many times has Na'Vi been in the final as an organization and come up short? This would be the 3rd. As they were there for Cluj, they were there for Columbus. Nitro.
That's fine for Astralis. They're happy with that. Remove whatever you can. Even if you do lose a kill, Device, I thought he was going to find one more. Not going to be the case. So remember, like I said, $1,900 per player now. 14 Liquid. They only save 2 weapons. This could be the haymaker, the knockout blow. Liquid really with nothing left. It's a 5-7 for Naf, a Deagle for Taco, an MP9 for Nitro. Twists and Elise, the only ones with significant weaponry, with a FAMAS and a UMP respectively. And this could be a B-rush.
Yeah,
straight up.
It is, and look at the positions. They try and take middle. They realize no one's there. If they rotate Cat, fair enough, they're back in time, but that's not going to happen. They've got to run through ladder. 2 players get to Cat finally, but they've already lost Taco back at the site, and the immediate smoke, knowing that Catwalk is the next most likely position a player will be. It's early round. They're going to be contesting middle. They lock out Liquid immediately. Bomb planted, and this could be map point. This could be series point and a return to the finals for Astralis. 2 previous majors, they were unable to defend or return to this position to a final since they won in Atlanta.
They've got to say it again here, man, I'm afraid. There's
no choice.
Yeah, I don't know what you could even do here. You either lose everything you've got, maybe get an AK out of this, but you're not winning this round. It ain't happening. They now need 11 rounds in a row just for overtime. I just don't think I can eject Jeopardy here because it's just too much. It's too much of a tall order. Liquid are going to have to play some perfect counter-strike. Just to note, Twist got to kill their Enclave, but doesn't really contribute too much. They do get an AK-47, but here we go. If you are a Liquid fan, they're going to need everything you've got at this moment. I can see a lot of people standing up now. They're beating the traffic.
Wow.
They can still do this, guys. It can happen.
The fight across the street tonight might be a little bit closer than this one. Unfortunately, we didn't match the pace of Nuke quite so much from Liquid's side.
There is a real problem on the scoreboard right now, a discrepancy in the score. Nat 4-16, Taco 3-16, the players that couldn't get anything done here. But Astralis have been nothing but perfect in this series. Amazing stuff from them. Can't poke many holes in their game plan. The scouts, the SMGs, the saved AK. What's left here for Liquid?
Device will be the first to get aggressive. Perfect time flash. Naf was already jumping and got away with it. Great response, in fact, from Elise. Exactly what he had to do. It was good to get the kill. It was great that he got away. And no trade was there for Astralis, so a man advantage and good damage on to Glaive. Dupree. So rotating from Cat, found by Taco. Finally a defensive hold, but Magisk hold on because he finds one back. They trade it. Glaive only with one further, and Liquid hold on, at least for now, to get their 5th round. 10 to go.
10 to go. Wow, money is there in bucket loads for Astralis. They've got plenty here. That would have been a nice way to close it out, but we'll wait a little bit longer for the hype moment here. All for Nitro. Let's see whether him and his 13 frags can find anything more. Another B rush by the looks of things. Astralis looking to close things out, install a couple of smokes to go over, and they'll probably commit all 5 players on this side of the map. It's Taco to defend. Like we said, he's only got 5 kills to his name. He's going to be struggling here. Can he do anything to hold them off? Naf backing him up from short. First kill is Liquids.
Finally looking solid in their defense, getting the angles in their favor. Taco, he's been slow. He's been definitely on the bottom of the charts, and he's been overwhelmed at B time and time again. Naf, the other one, is in a similar situation. They both step up tremendously. In fact, they both step up to get all 5 kills between them, as it's another round for Liquid.
Money pretty much broken now, so Liquid Might have a couple more on their plate. Taco doing a great job. You can see Astralis just with the looser strategies right now, just trying to close things out quickly, trying to punish the fact that Taco hasn't really been fragging at all, but he's still in the game by the looks of things, starting to warm up now as we head into round number 22. Deagles only for Astralis. Now will be 9 rounds for Team Liquid.
Mirage waiting with no smokes to hold him off. Flames down twist. Could find him a Jisk. Fantastic shot from Xyp9x to try and take down Elige as he rotates back in. Glaive will sneak out as well with his Deagle, and he may not be caught by Naf. He's gotten far enough to the right, and Naf doesn't quite have the angle on that. So despite the op trying to cover off mid, Setch to catch them in connector, the opportunity has been lost. Glaive's already in. Boost toward the window perhaps as well. Taco's gotten Xyp9x down now this time. Holding him off and allows Nitro to swing out, finds connector. Device falls. Second shot from the second op doesn't quite land. Bombs down inside of the site. They're aware of it. As Nitro goes back out, finds Pre, and it's just Glaive remaining. So 3 in a row for Liquid, starting to find a little bit of form, but again, they've got a tall, very long task ahead of them.
Indeed they do. Astralis might take another partial buy here. They're hovering around $4,500 per player. Do they want to buy up? They'll take a timeout at least to deliberate over the decision. They're not worried just yet, even though they have lost 3 rounds in a row. Just one more will do it. They do indeed buy up fully. Glaive there trying to mastermind the final strategy here with Zonic. What's it going to take? How can they close this one out? Double AWP set up now for Team Liquid. That's Naf and Nitro. And that will come to an end. And what's the play? Xyp9x with no grenades whatsoever. They are. There we go. Purchased them up at the end. It's Device and Glaive. Just have a smoke in the flashbang. It's certainly enough. What's the strategy going to be? They want to go for full execution. Go into the default. So we're heading towards middle /B. Smoke's down towards the window. Smoke, I think, still lands in the window. That incendiary might have been in vain. Indeed, it was.
So Glaive waiting the top side and middle with a flash, presumably to help Device get further position. Once that smoke dissolves, he'll make the call that it is. Flash out could catch potentially Elige and allow Device to swing. He's gonna have to be very careful. Hugging left side, it would be a long, I guess, jog for Device to get that far out to find it before his vision were restored. Good find from Nitro. Device down, that's bomb, by the way, bottom side of mid. They won't yet be aware of that. They'll rotate off of it, but they have to commit to trying to get this back as Glaive heads that direction. Smoke off top side connector to do so, to bypass that position. Second smoke inside of the window as well. So all's not lost as they pick up the objective. Jisk, speaking of that, has been holding at B for a long period of time, and the fact that they've gotten bottom side mid, they're already heading out toward Catwalk. Utility starts to go in. B has been a problem. It's also been great the last few rounds, but it's exactly where they fell apart so early on in this half. As Taco forced out, great find from a Jisk. Naf's blinded up, and Dupree swings. Astralis, they're 2 kills away from doing it, to getting back to a grand final, to facing off against Simple, to facing off against Na'Vi as Nitro looks for a better angle. AWP, he's got to be so perfect. He's got to find an absolutely lovely shot, a quick one at that, and Jisk, he's not going to repeat that. He's already shown his hand. Flash time so